Trying to change my perspective today. That's so true. You saying, look, the willpower is there, and you could be in a meeting, and if you're tired, you have to now tap into that willpower bank. Sometimes that bank will be a little bit low, like a battery.
Exactly. It gets exhausted. Willpower only has, I feel like there's a duration of willpower until all of us can't do it anymore, right? And then as you build reps, maybe your willpower gets expanded, right? My willpower might be different than somebody who just started on the journey, right? So I agree with you, it's a muscle, but it still has there still is an empty to that tank. And I feel like there's an exhaustion that comes from that. I want to be in a place where I'm operating at a high level against big time problems, big time challenges, and it's happening effortlessly, not trying to pound my way through. And I used to be the guy that's, used to think everything was a battle. I used to pound my way through everything. It was a fight. And recently I have a coach, shout out to Michael Gonzalez. He's an NLP specialist, and I do a lot of identity work with him since the last 3-4 years. And, he says, hey man, life is a game. It's not a battle. You don't have to fight everything. Like, it could be effortless if you would just dance with it instead of fight against it. And it's changed my life. It's changed my perspective because it's made it more sustainable. And that was a very big shift for me that he helped me with, because it was always, what's the enemy of the day? And I'll go tackle it. And what ends up happening is it creates bitterness, anger, resentment, challenge, unsettledness, and I wasn't at peace. And so just a little shift has made it more fun and has made it light. And that's a cool gift, because anybody that's involved with trying to do something special, entrepreneurship, high level pressure when it comes to any type of achievement based task, you will feel these emotions of just that pressure brings. And if you believe that when you leave the day, you have to go slay the dragon, there are secondary consequences over a long period of time that you don't see right now. Instead of, if you leave the house, you get to dance with divinity and co-create with life, and whatever comes up is for your good. There's just a shift in that's just so much more compelling of a reason to get up and go do it.
That's insane. So the reason I'm smiling right now, but you hit hit a chord with me right now. The whole topic you talked about, instead of slamming and going against it or for it or with it, instead of dancing with it. And NLP. So NLP is something I'm getting into, and I would love to talk to your coach if you give me the number after that.
Sure.
Is he local?
Yeah, he's great.
I'm looking into NLP for years now. I want to make that move into it, and understand it more. Tony Robbins on PBD show recently. If you haven't watched it, check it out. The podcast, amazing. And Tony Robbins is a huge NLP guy.
Yeah, the NLP guy, right? Yeah.
He made it popular.
Right.
But what you said right now, I'm the same way. I'm an 80s baby, raised in the 90s, right? And it's about hustling and tear it apart,
right,
and savagery, and I'm like, kill it. The word kill it, right? You're killing it, man. You're killing it.
Yeah.
And you start to realize that as we all evolve, that's not the only way to do it.
Sure. I think there are definitely. I think it's just energy levels, right? When I'm going out, and trust me, I'm a fellow savage. I love it, right?
And you should be.
You should be, because it allows
have the warrior
you
stuff into you.
Right, the warrior, the warrior archetype of the mature masculine, right? Like, I'm able to summon this level of energy to tackle a problem, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just, what I have found is there are secondary psychological consequences if you consistently do that. For example, I have to transition to come home to my 2 beautiful children and my wife, who is not in the same game as me. And so I come in with sharp edges, because I just came from the battlefield, and now I'm supposed to transition to this loving, caring husband and father. And sometimes that transition takes me too long. It might take 2.5 hours to transition when I get home, and by that time the kids are asleep. And so I miss these beautiful moments because I'm psychologically not primed to be able to coexist with both of these environments. So like, for me, it's just one of those situations where I've just had, it's been a long journey where it says, how do I get all of this and live in both of these states simultaneously? And that doesn't mean I don't shift from character when the time is needed, but trying to live a more balanced archetype instead of I'm the warrior when I go here, I'm the king when I go here, and I'm a lover when I get home. You know, it's like, how do I take all of those components and blend them together and have some sort of balance? And I'm still working on that today. It's still a challenge.